All right, guys, I would like to introduce Mr. Kevin Matthews. He's going to do our Veterans Business Spotlight today. Kevin Matthews actually joined us. He's a Marine Colonel, and he runs a business coaching organization. And he also joined our chamber on the leadership team as the membership director. So he basically stepped into a big bag of hornets. So thank you very much, Kevin, for that. But let's talk real quick about your business, what it is you do, how you do it, and what your ideal customer looks like. If you don't mind, sir, take it away.
No, that's great. No, I appreciate the 30-second warning. That's okay. As a Marine or even just anybody in the military, you should always be ready to have a speech ready to go on a moment's notice. But I'm going to start with the end of mine about the avatar. And I got this book here. Can you see it? No, you can't see it because of the background. It's called The Uncommon Path to Uncommon Success by John Lee Dumas. I highly recommend that you read it because in that book, they talk a lot about the avatar. And I'll tell you that, having been out of the military for only like 60 days, this idea of the avatar and who you are actually marketing to is actually something that I've never thought of and haven't given much thought of until I read it.
Kevin, I apologize. Will you please restate that title? I just caught the first two words.
Sure. It's called The Common Path to Uncommon Success by John Lee Dumas, D-U-M-A-S. And he talks a lot about the avatar, so if you were to ask me what the avatar is of the person that I am looking for, it's that business owner in that kind of like, $1 to $10 million revenue range who can't take any time off, has poor quality of life because he or she has not really built the strategy, the governance, or the organizational structure or process that allows them to kind of delegate tasks and allow the company to run on its own, right? And so I think a lot of you know somebody like this who has their hands in every part of the organization. And what they're doing is they're supposed to be strategic level leaders, but they're way down in the tactics because they haven't figured out how to build, that structure, how information flows, how decisions gets made, how priorities are set, and how resources are allocated. And so therefore their work-life balance is completely out of whack. And so that's the avatar that I'm looking at. Now, obviously I've set the company up in January. So I'm in business development now, and I've done multiple pro bono work to try to get the name out there. But what I do really kind of stems from my 6 years on Marine Corps recruiting, because Marine Corps recruiting is, although military, it's largely a life insurance sales is what the model, the business model is, right, of how we sell the military. So having had 220 offices from Little Rock to Las Vegas and Brownsville to Boise, you've got to set up the processes, the system, the decision-making structure, and then the organizational culture that allows all 220 offices to run independently, based on, your value, your strategy, your belief system. And so I've been able to really refine, this process to be able to go into an organization and look at the block and wire diagram and then elicit a series of questions that help me understand how people think about how this business runs without them being involved. And then how do we backfill the structure and the processes to allow them to be able to do that? I hope that answered that question, John.
No, that's fantastic. So further reinforces the fact that you're well placed as our membership director. Just going to say, yeah, we're excited to have you on board, Kevin, and we're excited to see your business thrive and grow, and you take on new and bigger, better challenges in your own personal life and your organization. So glad to have you on board. We're excited to help you do too. So
great to be here. Thank you so much, and I appreciate the mentorship that I get from everybody in these kind of sidebar conversations. I'm learning as much from you all as hopefully you're learning a little bit from me. Thanks.
Well, fortunately, I think your recruiting duty helped you kind of round the edges off because you have to do it's a lot of civilian interaction with that, correct? So you come out of the Marine Corps hard charging and you slam into something like that. It helps you adjust easier to the civilian life.
Yeah, you're totally immersed in the civilian community, and you do a lot of public speaking with civilian companies. And contrary to popular belief, it's not jail or the Marines, right? These are good kids that we're bringing into the military now, and they're easy to sell. But you have to sell mom and dad, right? Even if they're 20 years old, mom and dad's still involved in the process. So you got to knock off the hard edges,
Yep.
and you got to be able to talk to civilians in a way that they understand what the value is that they bring to their young people. So
You mean you
I've
can't
been
just
able
knife
to.
hand everybody?
Yep. Can't do the knife hand anymore. Can't use profanities. Can't be too stern, and you got to be able to talk in a way that people understand. I'm bringing you value.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Kevin. I really do appreciate that. Anybody have any questions for Kevin? Okay. All right, Kevin, if you don't mind, if you haven't already, please put your contact information in the chat. And I know there's probably a couple people on here a little too shy who reach out to you after hours. So really thank you for your service today, and thank you for your service to your country, most importantly. So thank you very much.
Absolutely. Contact me anytime. I'm happy to help, and I'm always a sounding board for anybody who needs a little bit of leadership advice.
Awesome.
There's a great YouTube video on a guy. His banner is, "I'm not trying to sell you anything." So that's my banner to our team here in the chamber. Okay.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you.